We're rolling.
Like a rolling stone. All right, we got BAB-Cast episode 10 coming your way right now.
1-0. 1-0, 10.
1-0, yes. It's I don't know any other numbers in any other languages.
That's two more than the Ocho.
Yes, exactly. I do love the Ocho. So we got a great podcast coming your way. We got our typical crew here with you tonight. We got E, Kelso, Maddie D, and myself. We got of course we're always asking for charity likes, charity shares, anything. Just find us on Facebook, Instagram. You watch our videos on YouTube. We give out cool gifts, hats, and possibly monetary gifts, depending on what number subscriber you are.
I gotta pick up the new gray hats, and then I think I'll check with Juan to make sure that the other ones. But I've got to mail like 3 I've literally got to take some time to mail some hats.
Joey came and got his hat, so that was cool. Hung out with us for a little bit.
We did meet up with Joey.
That was fun.
Good. So we got
Joey's birthday yesterday. Happy
birthday, Joey.
Happy birthday. Yep.
Well, shit. I just saw him today, and I did not know that.
Dang. Well, next time we all see him, happy belated birthday. Drinks on somebody.
To the very first person that we've actually gotten a hat to.
He's special.
He's on the list.
We got our normal rundown. We got building. I know Kelso and Matt have some new topics to talk about. Some projects that are making some headway. We have business. I mean, we might touch a little bit on stocks. Who knows? Balls. We got a update on our March Madness brackets. Can't say it's going too well for any of us except maybe one of us, maybe not. And we got, of course, booze and maybe barbecue. And we got a lot of cool topics. I think we're going to talk about a recent Tesla acquisition, possibly some fine watch pieces, and a birthday trip to Phoenix. All right, let's hit it off with our typical building component, guys.
We got a little bit of a rocky week building, I think what it always boils down to is that what's funny about building stuff is that you have to kind of always be around. And when you take a little bit of time off, it doesn't matter like what the circumstances are. I think ultimately it just boils down to like, are you working or are you not? And I remember I was kind of reflecting on this today and a little bit last night. Like, I remember when I used to work for my dad, if I took like even 2 or 3 days off and I had like all of my stuff going and my subs and I needed this, that, the other thing and this little thing. And I was such a little micromanager as a supervisor. And I was always up in everybody's shit all the time. Just really picky, really, really picky. That was like, I even got picked out all the time. And
that's right.
I realized that I always want to be around. Like I remember one time in my family business, not my not my dad's business that, was in the family business. They all went to Cancun and I literally didn't want to go. And I didn't go because I just wanted to make sure that all my jobs were still running. Like I was just that, like, I just was like, I want to, they all went, they took pictures. They had a great time, but I just was like, man, I have to be around it. And I freaked the fuck out. Like if things aren't going right. And I just have this weird thing where I just kind of want to always be around and that kind of thing. So I always have a weird thing with, well, good.
So you're saying you don't care anymore.
I want to be in the same, what makes you say that?
Because you didn't stay home.
No, I know. No. And I think that's so I guess my point is that like, that's why I think this week was rocky. Because I feel like, oh no, all the things I was, like I felt like I had checked on and then, a couple of just, it's like steering a boat, like you steer a boat. And then if you get off course a little bit, and it just starts drifting away, and you're not there to touch it back and get you right back on at least your course or whatever. That's what hit me hard, is I was just like, man, like, I know exactly, like, and it was me reflecting back, being like, okay, is it this? Is it this? Is it this? Is it this? One of the benefits that I feel like from all of the, Tony Robbins bullshit that I've ever paid attention to. And I mean that affectionately. Like, I really do think Tony Robbins has some awesome shit to offer, but like all the leadership stuff I've read, he does. And I'll tell you why. But anyway, if you give me $19.95 right now, Venmo, I'm kidding. But I feel like one of the things that I've really appreciated is like Jocko Willink, one of the Navy SEAL guys that's badass. He's this big fucking jiu-jitsu guy. He's like Rogan's friend. He's a badass. He's a fucking 4:30 in the morning. He gets up, he's working out. He has these inspirational things about what are you doing with your time, that kind of thing. But he often kind of we'll put things in perspective about like what are you doing and whatever. But anyway, Extreme Ownership is his first book, and I love that book a lot, because I don't think that it's a good leadership strategy 100%, but I do think that the concept of it being the first question, like if I was going to tell somebody in a business school, like, I want you to be on my team and we're going to fucking take over the world, I would be like, read Extreme Ownership. But here's the thing. That's not how you run your shit. That's your first thought though, because what he's taught in that book is like, if there's a mistake, how is it your fault? And that's a great place to always start, because, I don't get it. Like, sometimes something gets messed up and you're like, man, that's messed up. But thanks to Jocko and that book, like, my first reflection is like, what did I do to screw this up? How am I not making this work? Like, how am I complicit in this mistake?
Jocko?
What's that?
Jocko, great name for a name.
Oh yeah, Jocko. Yeah. Jocko Willink's a badass.
You're gonna be a Navy SEAL.
What's that?
You have to be named Jocko if you're gonna be a Navy SEAL.
It doesn't hurt anything. I'll tell you that much.
Do you know what he looks like? He looks like a gorilla. Like, he literally looks like his knuckles. He literally looks like his knuckles drag on the ground as he walks. Like, he looks like the definition of a knuckle dragger. Like, he's just a fucking monster. But anyway,
I love how you brought up the ship or a boat getting off course, because I did want to talk about Ever Given in the Suez Canal if we have a chance today.
That'd be cool. Yeah. That's some wild shit.
Badass boats.
Yep.
Maybe it wasn't a badass boat.
No, he keeps making this deliver.
Bum-ass boats.
Yeah.
Bum-ass broke-ass boats.
But long and the story short is what I love about one of my favorite things about just thinking about how everything kind of relates. I am in this weird headspace, and this might sound like super fucking like hippie or whatever, but like, when things go wrong, I'm always excited about like, how do I try to make it better? Like how do I fix what fucked that up? And so now, and what's cool about being Kelly's business partner is we've had good conversations about like, okay, well, what are we going to do to like correct? How are we going to pitch it a little different? How are we going to steer the boat a little different? And that's, one of my favorite Jason Ellis lines. Remember Jason Ellis on XM, Kelly?
Yep. Skateboarder.
Skateboarder. Yeah. He had this line, and I remember this as in my early 20s. He used to say, "I'm a fuck up, but I'm constantly improving." And as simple as that sounds, it's like, yeah, we're all fuck ups, but we got to just constantly be improving. And so that's the takeaway. So I know I've just been rambling on, but yeah. Jocko.
All right. So you guys left, and all your projects failed?
No, we just had small problems. We just had small problems that I didn't anticipate coming back. That was the thing. We had little things that just got steered off a little bit, and miscommunications and stuff like that. But I don't think that means that we can't take a vacation. I think it just means that we need to actually, before we leave, have a little junta or meeting, in Spanish. Like we have to have like a little, okay, this is happening here. This is happening here. Like, just almost like we're going to leave. That's cool, but we need to make sure that everybody's on the same page, and everybody that needs to be doing what they're doing has been communicated to, and that's what's going to happen. Because we have a great team. We really do. Our team's fucking badass. Like, our mistakes are our mistakes. They're not our team's mistakes. Our team's fantastic. They're taking direction from us. They're trying to make things happen, and they're working really fucking hard. But it's just like, how, again, right there, extreme ownership. Like, how do we need to make sure that the team knows what they need to do and that kind of thing? So it's good. Like, I think it's made me think, you know, in my day job with the schools, I'm constantly, I've been fed a lot of, positive feedback lately, with my position there, just cause like, there's this strange thing with COVID that's happening right now. And it's been really hard. Like, it really has been really hard. I think everybody's really stressed out. When you have parents, and parents call principals have to deal with custodians, principals have to deal with teachers are worried about the building. Is the building being clean? That kind of comes back to us. And I've just seen so much professional development growth on not only the people working within the schools, the people leading, the people having to kind of, you know, have cat-like reflexes to what's happening in their world. And the thing with kids is like, and I don't think I need to reiterate this to Nick, but it's their most precious thing, you know? So when people put their kid in an environment and they're trying to get them to grow and be a better kid and a better person, ultimately, that's a really high stakes game. So, you know, when you're in a meeting and you're trying to make things change and you're trying to push things forward, I mean, this is something that's super serious to so many people. And, it's been really, like, I get emotional thinking about how impactful some of these decisions are, how proud I am of some of the people that are pushing good ideas and having good things to do for what is going to happen to their kids. And anyway, I'll shut up about it, but like, it goes back to that extreme ownership thing. And what I love about where I work is like, there is that like leadership element. There is that, like, you know, push it to that next level type thing. And it's cool being around those people. And like, what's super cool about hanging out with you guys all the time is that, like, I would, like, in a heartbeat, if there was an open position where it was like, this is going to be the team to do whatever, you dudes would kill it over there. Cause you guys have that same mentality. Like, you guys think about things. We talk about things deep. Like, we have good communication skills, which is why I have a podcast and why I won't shut up, apparently. But, you know, it is what it is.
One of us has good communication skills.
I'm just going, I don't know. Yeah. Not good listening skills, apparently, but yeah.
No, I see where you're going,
man. Let it out.
I'm letting it out, man. I'm having a weird day. I'm having a weird day, but it's a good day.
We did have last week off, so it's all built up. It's pent up.
Yeah, totally. Just get me this every other week, and I'll just be like a Tesla battery for like 10 seconds, and then.
So getting back to the nitty gritty with the fort, we have new projects going on. We have you guys. I think last time we had a podcast, a appraisal thing that was going haywire. Did that get worked out?
Yeah. I'm literally texting the gentleman right now that had an appraisal issue, and we're trying to wrap up. He's actually taking out his own construction loan. A super, I mean, unbelievably nice guy from Alamogordo. Just sold his house in Alamogordo. He has a bunch of rebar. It was hilarious. He was like, "Hey, I need you to help me find some place to put all this rebar." And I was like, "That sounds super sketchy, but I'm in." Like, "You son of a bitch, I'm in." And so he's like, "Dude, we could totally use this in the footing, save some money." And I was like, "Maybe we can, maybe we can't. I can't tell you one way or the other, but I'll help you find a place to store it." So he's building this house in a new subdivision west of Metro Verde, Luke Ranch Estates, Kent Thurston, sponsored by Thurston Homes. If you want a home that's not a fort, but a home, get a Thurston, get a KT home. But it was really funny because it's exactly, "You son of a bitch, I'm in." Mike Frames is building his personal home next door, and Mike Frames got a different appraiser, and Mike Frames' pre-construction appraisal came in at $185 a square foot.
God damn.
And our guy can't even get it to 150 for some reason. And the thing that drives me crazy is, and I'm trying to talk with him. I'm trying to explain to him, like, okay, well, like what, like how, like, talk to me how you're doing this. And you know what? I'm going to text an appraiser here in 2 seconds.
Why can't you just hire Mike Frame's appraiser?
Because it's not us that's doing it. It's the bank. And the bank has certain processes for how they pick appraisers. So kind of random.
Thanks to the subprime mortgage industry and the market crash, there's regs on the banks that they can't pick and choose appraisers. So they have to they have like a rotate the way that they, and honestly, that wasn't the real, what's super annoying. And we can get into this if we want, but like that wasn't the problem with the subprime crash. It wasn't appraisals. So the fact that they regulated appraisals is so fucking obnoxious because like they're putting imagine you're good at your fucking job. Imagine you're a fucking, you're a badass fucking comedian or plumber or whatever. And the way you would get more gigs as a comedian would be like to be funnier or to be more entertaining, whatever. But then, the regulators come in and say, well, every comedian gets a shot at Madison Square Garden. You're on a rotation to play there. What the fuck? Like, that's not how it's supposed to work. You know what I mean? Yeah. That's not how it's supposed to work. So, and I feel like that's in a weird way that kind of pushed it to the Milton Friedman, limits or whatever to kind of test that thing. But long of the story short is like, they're on this stupid rotation and you're stuck with the fucking appraiser. It doesn't make any sense. It absolutely makes zero sense, but it's a reg that was put in place because of the subprime mortgage thing for sure. They're on a rotation. So the bank doesn't even really get a say because I think if I'm not mistaken, they're the ones who are subject to said rotation of appraisers.
Tell this guy to go to a different bank then. You'll get a
bigger
bank.
No. We had
go to a bigger
bank.
bank.
We needed to go to a bigger bank.
Yeah, they have more money, and the building's bigger. There's more money in there. It's in the walls, guys.
Hey, James. We're in the middle of the podcast, real quick.
James is on the podcast.
So you're I've got an anonymous appraiser named Frank.
Put him closer to the mic. Put him closer to the mic. Put him closer to the mic.
Frank, can you name one appraiser? And you're on the microphone, Frank. Can you name one appraiser that has ever lost his license?
I've known some that get suspended, but I can't just name one off the top of my head that's actually lost it fully.
Yeah. I mean, so yeah, when the argument that we're having is when an appraiser tells me, I've been doing this for 40 years and that's why I still have my license. I'm like, dude, anyone that's been doing it has been doing it. Like if they're as old as you and they've been doing it that long and no one's lost their, I'm a licensed civil engineer. I have to maintain my licensure. Do you know how many engineers I can name that have ever lost their license? Not a fucking one. So
I think suspension is the most I've heard of.
Yeah, like they fucking tap. They go, hey man, and I bet the suspension shit is like true conflict of interest stuff, where it's like where someone probably has an interest in the investment.
Right, it's a true violation.
Yeah. Not someone who's like, hey man, I can make your house look like it's $175 a square foot. Okay.
Exactly.
Hey Frank, thank you.
Right.
You're on episode 10, so you're gonna have to, and it's early, so you don't even have to watch the whole fucking thing. We're just barely in it. You don't have to go to hour 3 like our dumbasses go.
Sounds good. You guys have a great time.
All right. See you, Frank.
Later, Frank.
Later, Frank.
Later, Frank. I never met you, but sound like a good guy.
No,
Well, Frank. And Frank's probably not even his real name.
You've all met
Oh,
Frank.
we know what his real name is because Kelly said it when he talked to me.
No, it's all gonna get bleeped out.
Beep it out. Beep.
We can beep it out.
But
we're not live.
Here's the issue. Here's the issue that I had with this.
First BAB-Cast live. Hey guys, I'm gonna have this guy on the fucking speakerphone.
The issue that I had with that one gentleman, the gentleman that was doing our appraisal, is he would tell me, he would keep patronizing me by saying, what you don't understand is that we have to compare apples to apples. And I said, okay, cool. What new construction in this area did you compare it to? And he goes, well, I couldn't compare it to new construction because there wasn't anything around. This is the first one. And I'm like, then how the fuck are we talking apples to apples?
Right.
Did
Right.
you? I mean,
his apples.
simple fact of the matter. If you want to know the single great it could have made 18 months ago,
Apple stock.
lumber.
Yeah.
Go spend, if you would have spent $1 million on lumber, you would have 18 months, you'd have $4 million.
Unless you bought GameStop, you probably do a little better than that. But yeah.
Maybe. I don't know.
But no, it's wild. Lumber went through
Is lumber going to come back down, or is it
No,
pretty much
no.
heading up?
They're-
up?
But the point that I was making
Lumber's
when
a
I was
cartel.
undercut by a GameStop deal is that to say that a house today is comparable to a house 18 months ago is not necessarily fair.
No,
It's
it's
not
not.
necessarily
Of course not.
No, not at all.
No. To your point, I mean, the whole, this is what's frustrating about an appraisal in general, is that when we get on to TD Ameritrade, right, or Robinhood or whatever, and you start buying stuff and selling stuff, those prices are instantaneously based off of, previous prices, bid, ask. So those transactions are like boom, 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 boom. What's kind of funny is that like the stock market makes a lot of sense in the way that like it kind of shows how capitalism really works, like how free market economics really work, because things are happening so quickly. You can actually see what supply and demand looks like, right? Like, because like a lot of times when you're talking about something that's a lot more of a of a slow morphing or moving market or economy, like home prices, it doesn't move as fast as the stock market, because selling a house takes a matter of a month or so, right? So like, how long has it been on the market? A couple weeks. So what's super funny is like when you think about like an appraiser on a house price is moving like is relatively slow in comparison to most other things. Like if you were selling avocados at Walmart, you could change the price every minute. You could have somebody go out there and say, okay, they're not 89 cents each, they're 99 cents each, and they're $1.09 and they're $1.29. And you could do this whole thing as the market was changing with avocados. But with house prices, there's like this slow, lethargic process that's got a lot of bullshit associated with it, in which you can't literally close on a house and finance a house as is. I don't understand that. I'm still having a hard time wrapping my brain around it because
well, the funniest part about it all is that you've got a ton of people telling you how you can and can't spend your money based on what you think is a good or bad investment, and they're telling you that the way they're justifying it is they don't want to get stuck with something, which would be an insured loan, which if they get stuck with it, it's fucking federally insured anyway. So it's like
they're getting their money no matter what.
Yeah,
they double. I think they truly double dip.
They're 1,000 times safer than somebody trading on margin.
Oh, no doubt.
Like, you know what I mean? Like if you were really to think about that, like what that amounts to, and the way that like capitalists, like, for the same sense, for the true sense of the word, traders, capitalists are risking all kinds of things. And if we live in a capitalist society, why isn't the housing market reflective of that? Because I think it actually hurts people because of how slow the adaptation is, because price corrections are horrible when there is this delay in communication down the line. But if there was a quicker reaction to price fluctuations, i.e. house prices gradually coming down. Hey, maybe not, if you're buying a house and you say house prices are coming down in that neighborhood for the last 3 weeks, you go, well, wait a second, why? But the appraisals don't reflect that, because they're delayed through all of these handcuffs of having to create, justification for the loans, which doesn't make sense. People should just be able to get loans as their finances see fit, and they should be able to exit and enter those loans in the same way that you would trade on margin. I'm out on a limb here. I could be talking bullshit, because
I just don't understand why you have to have secondary protection when the fucking loan's insured. And if
100%,
someone
100%, if the loan's insured, if somebody's going to underwrite the loan and give you insurance on the loan, why does there have to be a secondary protection like an appraisal? For sure.
And if I can show you a cost breakdown of what the house is going to cost, and just say, hey, FYI, if your shit burned down, this is what it would cost to build back. And we're not making like I'm not like, dude, we got a 40 fucking
Well, for some reason, the housing industry has lobbied their way into control or to protection because
Yeah.
they like, I'm trying to think of how to explain it. Like if
Well,
The housing industry has, or the banking industry?
you're 100% right. I'm wrong. It's the banking industry. You're right. It's the mortgage banking industry where like they want to have a sure thing. That's what it is. They want to have a sure thing. They want to have.
They do have a sure thing.
For the most
Nine-
part they do. For the most part they do. And like why is there a fucking appraisal that has to be met if somebody's income can support it and they're willing to sign on the dotted line and say, I want that, I'm willing to pay that money, I can afford it? Because
if the loans were uninsured, I totally understand. Like you'd be like, you know what? I don't love this. But if someone's like, hey, I don't know, it's weird. But yeah, we had an issue. Cool thing is he sold his house. He's ready to put extra money down. We're waiting on the septic permit. I'll email them right now asking about it.
Is septic a major cost with a project?
No, it's just major time constraint.
right.
Let me tell you when
It's a bottleneck.
Yeah. February 2nd.
So to submit for a building permit, you have to have a septic permit first if you need it.
Do you have to have your septic maintained on an annual basis, or is that only for a certain lot size?
So it depends how much you shit
So if you eat a lot of Taco Bell,
every year.
We put in for this septic permit on February 2nd. Holy shit. 60 days, no set. I cannot submit for a permit with the county until I have a septic permit. Probably should have checked in on this about a fucking month ago.
No, it's super frustrating.
Nonetheless, dude, everything's cooking. Got another. We closed on a construction loan today. Man, things are cooking. We're trying. We're still
explain
figuring
how a
it out.
construction loan works for those who might not know how a construction loan works.
Okay, so for anyone who's interested in building a house, there's two things you need to be aware of. If you hop online and get qualified through Quicken Loans, that does nothing for us from a construction standpoint. If you want to go buy an existing home, maybe that helps. I don't know. I don't really think so. But what you have to understand is someone is going to have to pay to build the house. A lot of people think that they go get their permanent financing lined up. They're like, this is my mortgage. That's like you build the house and then I'll just come in with this permanent financing and I'll take over. But you got to remember, someone's got to pay to build the house. So there's a couple of things that play into that. Number one, I'm not saying we will. I'm not saying we won't take out a construction loan, but it is very project dependent. Because if we take out a construction loan, we're on the hook. It's on us. We own the house, our place. We got to deal with it. And we're going to charge you for the fees and costs associated with taking out the construction loan, which include an origination fee to usually 1% to get the loan, closing costs, and then there's construction interest. It's an interest-only loan, so you only pay interest on money as borrowed.
As the builder, I am always amazed when somebody is willing to tell us to take the construction loan, because if we were made of money, it's just not good for the consumer. It really isn't. Like I feel, I could be wrong. There might be some hidden things that I'm not addressing, but I just feel like it's in their interest to take out the construction loan if they're building. Because they get to write off the interest over the course of the construction loan as it was their own mortgage. So that's a definite advantage.
Not the one thing I would say that does pose a problem is when they're not talking to the right lenders, the amount of money that like if you go talk, like Citizens Bank is a perfect bank to do your long-term financing. I have yet to have an individual go to Citizens and be like, man, I talked with Citizens and I got a construction loan, because Citizens is generally, we want 20% of the project cost down.
Wow. So if you're building
So
a
if you want to put
$500,000 house,
if you're like, dude, I'm going to build a cool house, $500,000 house,
you need $100,000.
put $100,000 down, and
That's
no
stupid.
one's doing
No,
that.
that's stupid. That's stupid. I'm a builder. I'm about to build
That-
my own
that-
house, and there's no
the
way I pay
problem.
that. Yeah, no way. No way.
But like, you know, we for example, right now we have 4 projects going. We have the construction loan on one of them.
Yeah.
Silver King.
Yeah.
We
And-
have
and we're
3
about-
projects that
We just started another one. Yeah.
we have 3 projects that we're permitting, and we have construction loans on one of them.
Right.
Okay.
And we have another project in the pipeline, which we closed today, which we will carry. So
So what's so Citizens is not good for construction loans. If you went to a bank that's a better bank for construction loans, what do they typically want down on a construction loan?
I really like First New Mexico's model about the lot cost. Like I think that makes a lot of
I don't know if First New Mexico does that for just the average person walking in.
Oh, well, okay. You know, and that's the thing. There's the advantage to me is just always like if they're pulling the construction loan. And one of my favorite things about how we've decided to run our business is that it's like almost open book, because we show our customers what we anticipate them costing. Like we're ready to just be like, yo, this is the value we bring. This is what we're trying to do. This is who we are. And when the end user, being the customer, sees that, like, hey, if I take out the loan, I have these advantages. I get to do the write-off on the taxes. I get to kind of X, Y, and Z it, and not get charged for the fort to carry it. They get it. They kind of get the picture. But for them, it's almost kind of like a,
We don't charge much to carry it. We only literally
we don't.
charge
No, we really
50
don't. We really don't. But I guess like in a strange sense, it's almost kind of like they're not pulling the trigger right. Like in the sense that like you need it. It's a tough situation because you almost don't want to like kind of oversell yourself or whatever. But like if you picked a builder and they're going to build your house, you got to have the faith. You got to pull the trigger. You got to see it to the end, and you're going to be better off. You really are. You are going to be better off. But I think sometimes they're like, well, what if the builder has all these problems and so on and so forth, and go back to extreme ownership. That's on us. We need to be the builder to demonstrate that value, to say, this is the way that we streamline the process. You know, you can count on me and Kelly to get your house done, and things are going to be fucking good. And we're going to save you money, and this is going to be the deal. But we're not like other guys. We are better in some way, and we have to get better to the point that we can confidently say, hey, it's not a gamble for you to take the construction loan. It's a sure thing. When you hire us to do it, we get it done, and you save a little bit of money, and you get to write it off on your taxes, and everybody's happier at the end of the day. Because if somebody's saying, hey, the fort, you take the construction loan, they're kind of saying you're on the hook if something goes wrong. Like if they bail on the deal and you're stuck with the house, you got to sell it. And so we have to fucking like really calculate, like, is this a house that could be sold? Like, so like, you know, the projects that we take the construction loan on, we have a quick conversation, and it hits a couple of checkpoints. It hits this, it hits this, it hits this. Yeah. If they left, we would sell it. Sometimes it's kind of funny because it's like at the sales price that we sold it to them, I kind of, you know, would never be that upset if they just kind of got out of the deal, because we'd probably do better if they just said, hey, we're
Without
not.
a doubt we would.
Yeah. There's
Without a
several.
doubt.
Yeah. And it's, we're probably batting 100 on that, actually. As far as the houses that we've never taken the construction loan on, we probably would do better if we didn't sell it for the contract price that we sold it to our customers.
It all boils down to a lot of people are uncomfortable with that responsibility. And sometimes they ask us, and in certain cases, when we're building big houses on big lots in nice neighborhoods, that I go, dude, we can, if we could sell this for more.
Oh, and right now, if we had the financial wherewithal, I take the construction loan on all of them, because it would be this would be in like when my dad was killing it. I remember this, Kel. I remember this. it was kind of crazy because of the way things were, that he literally didn't care if people just didn't want the house at the end, because every time that happened, he'd make more money. It was like,
that
like,
happened.
Yeah. Because I remember this. I actually, one of the reasons that my dad is so lovable is that he always is trying to help, and to a fault, like he'll try to help till like, you know, to stab, like, what do you call it? Stab it, or cut your nose to spite your face. That's what it is. He will cut his nose to spite his face to help somebody. If he thinks he's helping somebody, he's like into that shit. But I always remember when, like, I on a couple of times, like in your neighborhood, I remember one time somebody got really upset about some little thing not being right, and he was just like, "You don't have to have the house. Like, it's fine. Like, you can." And I was losing my mind because I'm trying to build it right. I'm trying to do the right thing, supervising the house and make everybody happy. And he literally told him, you don't need to buy it. And I'm like, Dad, like, what the heck? You know, this is like, I'm sorry. Like, I was really like hurt about it. Like, I fucked up. And he was like, no, he was like, it'll be okay. Probably make more money just listing it. And I didn't know the market. I didn't know how markets worked. I didn't know that you could build, you know, I didn't understand the whole picture then. I was just trying to just get the house done and get the customer moved in. And I didn't know markets and all this type of shit, but it makes a lot of sense. It does make a lot of sense. And we're just trying to do the best thing that we can to make it work.
It's all just personal. It's all personal.
Yeah, it's all personal, and it's market driven too. Like, because in a down market, when you're building somebody's house and house prices are declining, like, I can imagine there being a panic. You know, if you have a customer who you're trying to build a house for a certain price and everything around's falling, I in the same way that the stock market happens, I'm sure that's shitty too. Like,
yeah, no, it's unique. We're willing to work with everything, but you know, enough about real estate. Enough about building. Let's talk something. Let's talk something else.
Cool. What are we talking about?
From a business standpoint, I really don't have any opinion. Like, I don't know. Like, I don't know. The market's just fucking weird. I'm just not interested in it right now.
Right now, I'm all Bitcoin. I'm excited about Bitcoin. I think that's still going to pop. I think stimulus is going to make Bitcoin pop. I think Apple's still a value. I bought a little bit of Apple recently. Nothing nuts, but you know.
How's stimulus going to make Bitcoin pop? Nobody's
I mean,
buying.
I had another good day, but it's still just
like the lotto, I think. Not Bitcoin necessarily, but maybe Dogecoin, because it's so cheap that you could just buy a whole bunch of it and just hope that in a few years or somehow, even something crazy happens like GameStop. Then
Marathon was crazy today.
Was it?
11%. Wow.
Dang. Wow.
Yeah, my oil was 10.69, so right there with it.
Yeah.
Dang. That's impressive.
It was a good day, but I just have, I don't know, like, I don't feel tied into anything that I would be like, dude, just sell all of this and let's fucking put 10K in this. You know what I mean? Like, I just don't feel tied into anything right now. I don't feel like we've really dove in to like some concepts or I don't know. It just feels secondary lately.
I got some that we're all going to put in 10K a little later, but yeah, you know, I want to talk to you guys about that after this thing. So yeah.
Yeah. You're talking about your investment in marijuana stocks?
Oh man. New Mexico. Yeah. When does that actually hit? Like, when is it actually like you can't?
One year from now.
What?
Hey, check. Okay, hold on, real quick. I'm gonna show you this.
Yeah.
It's gonna be like the Hunger Games for like a year.
People. Okay, I have a Vanguard IRA, and I just don't. You know, I don't try to get like super. If I put money in there, you know, but if someone was asking me, hey, I don't know, I want to play it safe, but I want to start, and I'm like, take $100 a month, find a number. Look, can you guys see this?
Good lord.
Hold it right there. Yep.
Look at the year return.
Wow.
66%. Attaboy.
Yeah.
Don't feel like you got to get on goddamn Vanguard or not fucking Ameritrade
and trade
be
your
like,
ass off. No, you shouldn't. I mean,
you don't have to, man. Just take the time to put stuff in something.
Totally.
Like that's it.
Totally.
I don't check. I literally just open it up and look at it. And I'm like, holy shit. On a year? Are you kidding me? That's fucking stupid.
Yeah.
Since April 2020, a 66.7% return. Now, don't get me wrong. That's a lot of the market. Don't get me wrong. The market clearly drove that. But if I told you you're going to get a 66% return on something and like you just be like, fuck it, man. Like if that does 12, that's better than the market average.
Right.
You don't got to get crazy, man. You just got to, and the reason I like Vanguard, dude, very low fees, man. They charge very little. And you still get dividend payments.
Next year in the late, maybe 60s, early 70s episode of BAB-Cast, we need a picture of that again to see how you did.
Oh, that'd be cool. Yeah.
I did. Okay, hold on. I did make one major move because there's got to be a recession. There's got to be. It's got to come. And so I was very nervous about, because a lot of these stocks are just generally based on, general market indicators. And I moved a lot of my stuff into essentially Vanguard has a fund for precious metals. So it includes mining and, gold, silver type stuff. And I'm like, dude, if our market crashes, I feel like that stuff is going to spike. Crypto and that seem to be the two things that would spike because it's stuff that's, not tied into so many political fucking preferences. But I probably half of my portfolio, I sold like I used to have it in 6 IRAs and I sold 3 and put them all in one. And now I think I have 4. But
when we get to badass balls, I want to talk about what the Dallas Mavericks are doing with crypto.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Yeah, it'd be fun.
All right, now, I mean, but that's the market take is you don't have to be you don't have to fucking reinvent the game. Just put some away.
Well,
put it away. And up to a certain amount is tax deductible. Like if you put it in a Roth IRA, you will help your tax. I think you can put up to, what is it, 55 or $6 grand a year.
It's $6 grand. I think it's $6 grand. But
like, I think it's $6 grand.
Buy dips. If you're gonna budget $6 grand a year, if you were the person who says I'm gonna put $500 a month, or I mean, it doesn't have to be 6, man. Shit, it could be 600. But if you just budget it, where you're like, I'm gonna put $50 in. You see the market take a shit, buy in. Like that really is the time. Like when everybody's freaking out, buy in. If you're gonna go long on stocks, like really see it dip.
I mean, I think it's more complicated than just buy
dips.
What I think
buy dips.
Like what? What do you mean by that? Like just go buy just go pick the first stock and buy it in a dip?
No. Well, buy the sure things, buy the crypto. I think crypto and I think precious metals are the sure things. You see dips in those are the constants. I think the market at like the blue chip stuff, if you ever see the market take a dip as a whole, go for blue chips in a dip. I don't think that people should be playing options on Tesla and dips. Like I don't like that.
No, that's not what I'm saying. Like for the general public to just say buy a dip, like for me, you need to put more context to help someone know.
When options in Tesla?
Yeah, it's not a good idea. So when you see the market take a dump, and when I say go long, it's like buy the stock.
How big is a dump?
Honestly, a -5 correction is a great time to buy. Like if something goes down 5%. So far as my trading experience has shown, if something that is pretty stable drops 5% in a day, that's a great time to buy. If something,
so then if it takes if it drops 5%, look for like S&P 500 stuff.
Yes, exactly. Like S&P 500.
Okay.
Exactly. Sorry. That's a good point.
Okay.
So
No, that's my only point. Is
yeah. S&P.
We are officially not stockbrokers, and we do not give stock advice.
Right.
But if we give fucking bad stock advice, we need to at least be clear.
Yeah,
you can do an ETF investment in like Fortune 500 companies, and you don't have to think about it at all.
Right.
No, and that's my point with the IRAs, and that's why for someone who's just trying to
do better, to do better. Yeah, do better with their investment.
Just get on Vanguard. I'm not kidding. It's free to fucking set up. $25 a month into pick a fund that you like, and boom, and put it in there and watch it. And even if you only over the course of a year put 500 in there, it's 100% tax deductible.
But Kelly, so many people, the markets are dangerous to them, and that's the thing that's hard. Because
I know, but it's really scary when you're talking about getting into the market, buying an individual stock.
Oh yeah.
Like
personally doing it, yeah.
Spread your risk out.
And like that's hard. I mean, like I'm just saying to get started. You don't have to put 500 in and go buy like stock that you're like, oh, I lost it all. Fuck. It's tough, but like I'm gonna have this cautionary tale. I bought Tesla when it was $12 a share in like 2008, and I sold it at $30 a share. This is before I don't know how many splits and how much fucking growth, but I did the math at one point. Me and Kelly did the math at one point, and I think that I'd be a millionaire easily right now had I just not sold shit. And it wasn't a big investment. It was a couple $1,000. It was not big at all. Like I don't remember the exact dollar amount. And a lot of it just boils now. No, that's a rare breed of a company. Tesla's a rare breed of a company. All we're saying is
just go find tomorrow's Tesla and put $2,000 in. It's as simple as that. You'll be rich.
Yeah. But case in point, you can trade yourself into stupidity. That's what I'm trying to point out. You can trade yourself into stupidity. If you find a company that you think has a good MO and you're trying to watch it day to day to trade in and out of it, not the best idea if your job
don't start off as a goddamn day trader.
Exactly. If you want to
put some money away, man. Put some money away.
Exactly. And thank you. And like
guaranteed money.
If you want to day trade, if you want to day trade and fuck around, that's fine. Like, and I've done that plenty of times, and I'm probably luckily, I'm probably even in all of the bullshit options day trading I've done between the crazy gains and the crazy losses. But like, that's not what people should be doing to accumulate wealth. You shouldn't be doing dumb shit like trading options. You should be finding companies that you believe in, that you think are profitable, that you can do a little research on, and you go, okay, this is a good investment. Buy it and hold on to it, and trust your gut. Like, don't worry about the day-to-day fluctuation stuff. Just hang on. If it's truly something you believe in and you think it's going to get bigger and badder and it's going to be a better thing. But trying to do, hedge shorts and fucking hedge longs.
For me, if someone asked me, how would you get started? I would be like, find a Roth IRA.
Yeah.
Put some money into it.
Yeah. Let them make the picks. Yeah. Even better.
Let them pick.
Yeah.
And take the tax deduction and learn more about it and keep an eye on it.
Yeah.
And then use that to and then as you started getting comfortable putting money away, then maybe put a little in there, play around with something. I bought $100 of Dogecoin. All I need that shit is to go to $11, man. And
and here we are.
I think I'll have somewhere between like 13 and 14 million.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But it's just don't overcomplicate it. Don't feel like you have to jump in the deep end. Like, just dip your toe in, get comfortable, put some stuff away. So did she sign the bill today? Or did it just get put on her desk today?
It passed both the House and the Senate today. I think it got put on her desk today. I'm not sure if she's.
So for his
Sun News title says New Mexico approves recreational marijuana.
Wow.
I know that it passed the Senate, and what I believe I heard was that it was set on her desk today to sign.
Takes a year though for it to be into place.
Yeah,
I don't think so.
Well, that's what Nick said. And then so they have to build the regulations and licensing into the whole industry. So I'm sure
Copy paste. It's been done.
Yeah.
There's fucking copy paste. Come
there's
on.
a lot. Yeah.
Colorado.
Absolutely. I mean,
you know what? Say what you will about her. She fucking 86 the liquor license law, and she did this. And like we were talking about, I if you ask me to name anything that anyone else has ever done that had an effect on my day-to-day life as governor, from Bruce King to Gary Johnson to fuck if I know, Billy the Kid. I don't think he was governor, but
yeah,
should have been. But I mean, dude, these are 2 home runs, man. 2 home runs. I think that it'll only have extreme positive effects on the economy. I was talking with DJ today, and he was telling me, he was like, he was in Colorado and he was dating a teacher while they passed the one in Colorado. And from the one year that they passed it to her next season, like her next semester, every kid had an iPad, every classroom had new computers. She was just like, dude, I don't have to pay for any school supplies.
It's all there. Yeah.
If we just dump the fucking weed tax into education, dude, that'd be the single fucking greatest thing ever. And then just let people open establishments, man. Let them have a fighting chance. I mean, I don't know what the new liquor license costs. Have you heard anything on it? Like 10,000?
I don't know, but back to your point, Kel. Like I've been in plenty of meetings where money's always the issue, and it's like if there's a way to tax that ass on people that or things that people are already doing, like why not? Like why can't we take that money and try to improve our lives and improve our used lives?
How much did you hear? E, what did you hear?
I had read it was 10,000. But
that's the number I heard, like the old beer and wine license number.
Really?
But imagine what you can, like, someone who's got an idea, man. Like, I'm telling you, get the old club over there off of Solano,
yeah.
And just like that would be, I guess, can someone make like a cigar room in a place? Like, because you can't smoke inside though.
Right. Yeah.
But how cool would it be to have the downstairs and redo it just like that place next to Richardson's on the old annex,
the upstairs part,
the annex, turn that into a sports bar.
Yeah.
And just be like TVs everywhere, tables.
Well, it was cool because it's like super dark in there.
Check and make sure you let Nick back in case he comes back in, Matt.
I don't have the I don't have that on. Like he should just be able to come right in. He might have died. Weird. No, he should hold on. You guys still there?
Yep. Yeah. Technical difficulties.
No, I mean like the thing that he should be able to just jump back in. He's got a baby, so that could be a factor for sure.
Oh, laptop went all wiggity whack.
Oh, okay.
Logging back in.
Okay, so he's about top. There he is.
Hey.
What's up, buddy? Everything go okay? We were just talking about you. We're like, oh shit.
Matt didn't even know you were gone.
Yeah, he was like, "What?"
He's like, "No, just let him in." I was like, "No, he's gone."
It's called Buffalo Trace.
That happens. Yeah, I don't know what happened. I was talking about the governor, and then something shut me off.
So let's go back to the governor, though. So we were talking about. I really want to hear your take on this, and just kind of knowing your skill set and your knowledge base. But like, what do you think about kind of like what Kelly was saying about how liquor licenses are changed, and now there's a recreational marijuana bill. Like, what do you think that like? How do you think that's going to impact, everybody?
I think it's, in the most part, been proven to be successful in other states where there's scenarios. And so I think it's good. I mean, in the long run, it'll be good for the tax base. It'll hopefully drive some sort of tourism our way, as far as weed tourism from maybe Texas.
Yeah, that'd be dope. No pun intended.
Yeah. I mean, I think in the long run, it'll be positive. Anybody who is smoking or
going back to
right now is still doing that.
Nick,
this
going back,
change anything that anybody's doing.
Going back to your Texas comment, what other state that's bordering Texas has legal weed? None, right? I'm just trying to. I don't know geography.
That's the Bible Belt around.
But they got Oklahoma as a hat. They're wearing Oklahoma as a hat.
Yep.
And then that's Louisiana, right on their east side there. Dude, you're right. Like, I wonder, dude, that would be the revenue generator, is just pulling people over before they got to Texas.
Yeah, totally.
Like, just write one little law in there, like, hey, you can't take it across state line. Dude, there's gonna be cops just waiting at the Texas border, being like, all right, just making a Play-Doh snake about how they're gonna put this motherfucker in the fucking can. Oh man, this is gonna get wild. That's how shit spreads, though, because the judges get tired of hearing those cases, and then eventually the judges talk to the politicians and they say, you know what? So Texas. So basically, what this means is that Texas is on deck, Oklahoma's on deck, because if they're just right there, they're going to be like, "Yo, we already had our problems with Colorado."
I think once again, the cool thing is I feel like she's done two things that stand out in my lifetime as being the two most dramatic legislation changes that I can remember a politician ever enacting: the liquor license adjustment, and then recreational marijuana.
You guys don't remember when Bill Richardson took all that money for the highways? That was pretty dope.
Yeah. I mean, it was. So what bill was that? Was that
Kel, I'm joking. These are jokes.
I wonder, like, the financial impact, I think, is going to be much greater on the marijuana side versus the liquor license side of things.
Yeah.
I just don't see. I see the liquor license being a little more detrimental, because
I don't disagree. Go ahead.
The folks who have had these liquor licenses for years and years, they're able to sell it to a corporation or another major business chain who's actually able to expand it and utilize it to its fullest extent. But they're losing out on their livelihood or their retirement package or whatever it might be. And so
you're saying they held on to an investment too long?
Far too long. Yeah.
Okay.
So I mean,
does that happen? Does that happen in any other industry, like any other avenue or industry?
I can tell you, it happens with Bitcoin and Tesla.
The reason I agree with you that it dramatically impacts the people that own the licenses. I think it will have a positive impact on communities, because I foresee there being a lot of cool little places pop up where it's like, finally, I can actually do something. And not have to be like,
you don't have to get
to entry. Like, you can't. What is a free market if you can't even get your foot in the fucking door?
Right. Now all of a sudden you're like, oh, I don't have to get a beer at Applebee's. I can go to this place. I can go to this mom and pop. I can go to I'm with you. It boils down to, like, any disruptive economic circumstance, there's the law of creative destruction. So, like, whenever there is some, and this is when it's happening in the best way possible, because in my opinion, whenever you're opening it up, that's the best way the law of creative destruction plays in, because economics should ultimately be played as what's a benefit to the consumer. And I have a hard time I have a hard time, and this is going to sound counterintuitive, but playing to the capitalists. Like I like my free market sensibilities are consumer based. Like I think that what would benefit the consumer best, or what benefits the average person through those market implementations, is what's better for everyone. And so to Kelly's point, maybe the argument shouldn't be like, hey, as a business, as a speculative capitalist enterprise, you play second fiddle to what's best for the consumer, or what's best for, you know, the economy writ large. Or I think I'm using that wrong, but the global economy, or like what we can impact with our policy decisions. So I do get that, you know, like the companies that have been holding onto these licenses and basically banking on their scarcity. I have no problem when they become less scarce, because it's going to benefit a lot of other people in a really egalitarian way. Because it, you know, if the scarcity is a Chili's and an Applebee's and a goddamn Buffalo Wild Wings or whatever national chain, like all of a sudden these are the businesses that dominate this realm. Like I don't have a lot of sympathy for them for playing that game as much as the mom and pop who would make better wings and a more fun place to hang out and a more Las Cruces thing or New Mexico thing or whatever.
Yeah, but I really wonder what percentage of New Mexican liquor license holders, current liquor license holders, are like major national chains versus a mom and pop, or an already mom and pop business.
Sure.
Like La Posta.
No. That's the thing.
Bar.
All the mom and pops realized that the cash was too goddamn good and fucking sold their shit.
Yeah.
A lot of them did, but I still wonder what the percentage is. A lot of them are holding on to them.
Yeah. I'm sure a lot of them are holding the bag for sure. And like the only thing that bugs me.
Name a mom and pop operation in Cruces.
La Posta.
It's not Marcy Dickerson in the game.
La Posta.
Palacio's
bar.
Are they holding the bag right now though? Like, did they buy those liquor licenses?
You think they paid? How much do you think they paid for theirs?
Chopez.
Did they buy the licenses?
They paid a lot, but I think they were banking on it.
You think they should be compensated for its sudden? You know what though? I don't think you're wrong in that, because I think that governments.
I think you're wrong.
I don't. What?
I think he's wrong.
No.
So I agree with Kelly.
We'll still be friends. Hey, listen.
I'm gonna take Nick's side for a second. So there's
you're wrong now too.
There's one thing in economics that they always know how to do, and it's how to create scarcity. And so like it's very easy to create scarcity. You just reduce supply, right? Like you can squeeze supply so hard that you can create scarcity in a market and the price goes up. So when you go ahead, Kel. Yes, Kel, go ahead.
Question from the audience for Matt.
Yeah.
Do you think La Posta was ever going to sell their liquor license?
No, that's not the point of what I'm talking about. But no, you're right. I get.
Arrest Your Honor.
Yeah, the defense
arrest.
Yeah. So, but if you were again, Nick is looking at this in the microcosm of the liquor license market, right? So you're extrapolating the liquor license market to the actual market of selling booze, because there's a certain cost associated with selling booze versus what your initial investment is in a liquor license. But Nick is saying, and this appeals to my sensibilities. Like if you were to trade the liquor licenses and say, hey, I'm going to hold on to this. And even though I'm selling booze to get by or pay the rent or whatever, my speculative interest is to say the liquor license is my investment, right? Like just imagine for a second that you don't have any interest in actually selling liquor. You're just trying to hold the license. And there's probably people who have taken that approach to their investment in a liquor license to sell booze and whatnot, that the license itself carries value and you're going to watch it appreciate and you're going to sell it. Those are the people who actually do have a case against New Mexico to say, listen, there has been a history, and there's going to be lawsuits for sure about this. And there's going to be people who win money because the state has legitimately fucked people over who bought licenses in with the historical context of saying that there is a scarcity for licenses in the state, it's going to be interesting. I think there's actually I think they actually have legal grounds against the state because, number one, there's one thing in economics that we know how to initiate no matter what, and it's scarcity, and it's increasing barriers to entry and prices. And so I don't think that.
I think the state probably looked into that before passing this as well. Their lawyers don't just go, what are they doing now? They look into all this.
Fair enough. But I would love to find the lawyer who would like to exploit that, because I think that there would be very good grounds from a civil liberty standpoint to point out that the state does have that level of manipulative control over markets. And
it's definitely going to be brought up, and
it's going to be tangible, though. That's one of the things too. It's going to be tangible that the state has fucked over these people, because the prices are going to go from almost $1 million down to 10,000. So you're talking about that's a 100 time. Yeah, that's 100 time
on the. So getting away from this debate on whether business owners are getting screwed over or not, do you think it'll actually have an impact on like reducing DWIs? So they're doing delivery of alcohol, no more miniatures, things like that. I don't think that's going to have any impact.
Sales
no, it's going to have a massive impact for sure.
Not on DWIs.
Yes, it is.
No.
Yes, it is. 100%. 100%. Massive impact. Massive impact.
No way.
Half.
No way.
Half. Done.
No way.
Half.
Zero.
Half.
No.
Wow.
None.
Half.
None.
Half.
It'll go up.
Half.
It'll go up.
Mark my words. Half. I'm going to keep saying half. Half.
You can make up shit all you want, man, Gandalf.
So, I mean, you're going to all these new places that can serve alcohol now because liquor licenses are more prevalent. So you're going to a new place, you're going to drink there. You're not ordering alcohol to take home with you or to show up at your house.
Unfortunately, the fucking DWI issue in New Mexico has nothing to do with the establishments that serve alcohol. It has everything to do with the people. Now, don't get me wrong. There will be moments where I will say, like, we might all be together and we go,
Let's order.
Let's order some fucking beer. And then we drink all the beer and we're like, all right, man, tonight was awesome. I'm going to head home.
I think it also has a lot to do with our transportation system.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
there's no public transportation.
Eric, you're on to something.
No central.
You just said it was Matt. You don't get to fuck. You're walking on both sides of the goddamn fence.
Half. Eric, you're on to something. I'm going to make my point here in a minute after Eric goes and says his.
So they're going to reduce the DWI posters down to 4 instead of where they're at now with 8.
No, it's still going to be 8.
Let's
FYI, for your information, we have our state, New Mexico, has the greatest DWI poster in the history of Earth.
Don't stop at 1. How many championships you going to win? Not 1, not 2, not 3.
Hold on. I'm bringing this fucker up. Share screen. Host disabled participant screen sharing. Oh. It's Nazi fucking Germany. I didn't know that.
Sorry, 1 second. Sorry.
Yeah.
Done and done.
The poster is so ridiculous.
Let me see if I can.
I know exactly which one you're talking about.
Yeah, you do, right?
Yeah,
totally.
Everyone does. How do you view? It's the one that I have is like the smallest version ever.
I mean, if you were unfamiliar with New Mexico and you saw that as the first thing as you wandered into the state, you'd be like, "This is a total joke."
What's that?
I'm not driving through here.
No. Here we go. Share screen. It's on its side, so we're gonna have to turn your head. But New Mexico, listen, first DWI. I wonder if I can turn it.
Yes, you can. Come on, Boomer.
I don't know how to. If I turn my computer, it won't help anything. But New Mexico, first DWI. Listen, you motherfucker. You watch your ass. Second DWI. All right. We've told you once. We're telling you again. Third DWI. Hey, man, you're about to get in a world of fucking trouble. Fourth DWI.
Give you another chance.
They're like, okay, look, maybe this one's on us. We'll fourth one's first three, you. Fourth one's always on
transportation.
Us.
I know.
there's not a. How long do you have to wait to get on a bus? An hour each time? Yeah. There's no one that can fucking do that. Fifth, sixth, seventh, and then finally, your license is revoked at the 8th.
It's still a misdemeanor.
Jesus Christ.
Well, it said driving while revoked is a misdemeanor. I guess the other are there mandatory minimums? Maximum is 2 years for your fifth. Minimum is 1 year.
Oh. Maximum 90 days in jail.
When do I get to go?
Maximum a year in jail. Maximum a year in jail. Maximum 18 months. Fifth, sixth.
Wow. You have to pay a $5 brain injury fee. And
though, check this out though. Each time it is $5,000.
Maximum of $5,000.
Until you get while it's driving while revoked, and then it's only $1,000.
Mandatory 300.
Dude, this is is first degree. Okay, is felonies go to first degree is the worst, right?
Yes.
So it's just kind of counting up. So your third's still just a misdemeanor. Your fourth is a felony.
Okay, so if you
if you have a 6 DWI, it's the same as vehicular homicide.
Jesus Christ.
Hey, where are you guys at? I'm coming over.
Half.
Wow. No, I'm telling you, it will not. It won't have an effect. I don't think it'll have an effect at all, Nick.
Personally. I don't think so either. I think
Eric.
If it is, it's minimal.
Agreed.
There's just no way enough people are ordering alcohol to their house and then not driving.
I also think that if you drink, and you're not going to a restaurant that doesn't serve beer if you drink anyway. So now you just go to a different place.
Correct.
So
don't get me wrong. I don't know, man. I've also
what?
I've never run out of alcohol. One, I haven't run out of alcohol in a very long time.
Okay,
Two,
Rich.
Okay, drunky drunk.
I feel like the only people that are going to be using this are like college kids and people with fake IDs.
Yeah, because they don't have driver's license.
Yeah.
But stop screen sharing.
I'm just gonna ask. I'm gonna ask Kelly's when they can.
I just stay home. I'm like, well, I'm out.
I'm gonna ask Kelly's when they can deliver my pappy.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
I run out of alcohol and I drink Listerine like every other New Mexican.
Did you order a pappy from Kelly's?
No, I didn't. But I'm just gonna be like, hey, when you get it, just deliver it.
Gotcha. Yeah, I'll need that delivered.
Remember Kelly when we went and played basketball up in Gallup?
We nearly got arrested for dragging the Indian guy out of the road after we nearly ran him over because he was a fucking passed out in the road.
In front of the police department.
Right, I know, it's right in front of the fucking police department. I didn't know that though. No one knew. Hey, sponsored by Valley Pizza, Stephen Lingle. Their ad should be, we make a damn good pie. But no, I remember. Well, I mean, I think they got mad at us for taking the photos with him while we were holding him up. I mean, that's kind of all right.
Yeah, that's definitely why they.
It was important. It was in poor taste while we're saving a man's life.
That's a good trade-off.
Poor taste while we're saving a man's life.
I think he would have accepted the photos
They call his name was Asphalt Talker. He was not a wind talker. He talked to asphalt.
I feel like that's like really like secondhand racist, but I'm gonna let it slide.
Because asphalt's black? Dude, Matt.
That's what we're getting hung up on is the black part of this whole thing.
Dude, Matt
not the asphalt talker part.
Dude, why why
it's like
asphalt
because asphalt is black. This is racist and not the whole drunk road part.
Matt's over here just pulling magic, dude. Unbelievable, dude. Unbelievable. What does asphalt have to do with anything?
Kelly, your Eastern Mexico is showing.
This is the hardest Eric's ever laughed on the podcast.
I don't know if you can edit it out because it's so good. Oh, hilarious,
dude. That's gonna make the highlight for the IG right there. It's just Eric dying.
Yeah, that needs to be the clip. This is Eric crying.
Eric's dying. He's just like, I want to kill you, motherfuckers. He's wiping his eyes. My eyes are leaking.
Oh, that was funny.
Good times.
Half.
What are you guys? What are you sipping on?
Can I make my pitch for half though before we get off this subject?
Yeah,
sure.
Go for it.
Okay.
So here's my pitch for half. This is why half might be a bit of an overstatement, but it's fun to say. So location, right? How if there's all of a sudden these microcosm availabilities for buying booze, right? And they're closer to your house, there's less mileage on the road, literally. Like if it's, let's just say, for instance, like for argument's sake, that there's 30% more liquor stores in your area that are small, or businesses that already exist that have a retail side to them that can sell liquor, right? So let's just say it's 30 to 40%. So there's just a boost. You can now, for $10,000, sell some booze. So the store that never used to have booze by you has booze. So you're reducing your mileage. And so hear me out.
Hold on. When you say store can buy, like, do you mean package or do you mean a beverage?
Package.
Oh, no. This ain't package.
What?
$10,000 license ain't package.
It's not?
No, it's just serve a drink.
Oh, that sucks.
No.
So it's like going to Dry Point or not Dry Point because they have liquor. It's like going to a brewery, Spotted Dog, and then they can pay $10,000 to have a liquor license also.
Yeah,
but they can't. Like, how do you get a whatever to go? Well, I guess that applies
you
too.
have the beer to go.
Well, but
yeah,
I guess
they have growlers to go.
But essentially, it turns, like, for example, let's say, what's a cool little place that's fun to eat at that's like local?
Signs.
Oh, Signs Gorditas? Hell yeah.
Signs Gorditas.
They serve. This is going to be okay, Eric, Nick. That's not the greatest example for me to figure out how to make this work, but
it's the best.
But
example.
Boba.
Oh, good. I thought about eating there today.
Cafe. Boba Cafe.
Yeah.
You can get a crown. Like, Boba could be like, dude, we're going to totally do this, and we'll stay open a little later if people want to come in and have a fucking Crown and Coke.
Well, Chilitos has beer and wine, and they not alcohol. So
yeah. So it's essentially just like everything, every restaurant, every place. I'll tell you I'll tell you who needs to investigate this. Toucan. Grocery. Dude, why does Whole Foods have a fucking spot where you can be like, dude, we can sit down and have a fucking beverage?
Yeah.
I think what it'll happen is places that already spend a lot of money on a day-to-day basis can be like, man, we can actually spike. We can pay this off.
So I also think, though, that you can't just have a place to drink. You have to serve food.
Oh,
So-
it has to be food?
yeah. I'm pretty
Toucans
sure
can.
that I'm pretty sure.
Toucan could almost make the argument that they do.
I mean, if they're bringing,
I mean,
food
they
out
got
to
the
you,
little sandwiches and like they got the little
Yeah.
things like the little deli, like it's close.
they just bring it on a paper plate out to you.
Yeah.
You just
Throw it
buy
in
it.
the trash on your way out.
So point being, Matt, is that it's not you can't do the 10,000's not a liquor packet.
Yeah, the
You can't
package
have a
is
liquor
real.
store. It's just you can like if you serve food, Milagro could be Milagro. It'd be like, hey, you want a little dippy dap
toddy?
of
You want some Baileys in your coffee?
JMO? You want a little Irish whiskey in here?
So
So
now we're getting
that's
creative.
the thing is it's no package, just more booze.
Oh, sales,
it'll be
sales before
interesting.
noon as well
on Sundays.
on Sundays.
What?
Sales before noon on Sundays.
What does that mean?
That means you can go to Hooters and get your beer before noon.
well, Hooters,
or 11 or whatever.
Hooters restaurants allowed it before noon, but not like Walmart or Walgreens.
Okay, so your packaged liquor.
You couldn't get packaged liquors before noon on Sundays. So now you can.
Nice.
That's gonna be the person who's like, oh man, I can't. Football's on. I can't buy a beer till noon, and then because they forgot last night, they were too trash, or they just basically forgot, and now they're gonna be like, oh, we can buy booze on Sunday. So that might have a little bit more impact on house parties for football. You know, all the fans get together. So
my new Sunday sports Formula One though, fellas.
So okay, so we've explained some more on this. So keep going on your 50%.
Okay, so I feel like location to home. I wrote it down. Because I thought this is important. Location to home. So if there's outlets closer to your home, and I would just say this: reduced mileage. So we're talking about DUIs, right? So how do we reduce mileage for people driving? So if all of a sudden the liquor stores or the places where they consume alcohol are 50% closer, that would reduce it by 50%, right? Because if we were going to take the numeric value of a DUI, maybe with rare exception, if you were going to just use a, like for an accounting term, like a cost driver of how, what's the likelihood of a DUI per mile? If they're closer to your house, there's going to be less prevalent because you're going to be driving less, right? So it's safe to say that if you drive 10 minutes drunk, that you're going to be twice as likely to get a DUI as somebody who drives 5 minutes drunk, right? Because that's just probability. Like that's the way numbers work. No, Kelly, you're making a face. I'm sure that there's exceptions, and it might not be.
Yeah, it might not be. Yes,
but it might not
be.
The
equation is more complicated, but your logic is not incorrect.
It's not. You're exactly right. There's things at the start and the end of the equation as far as the function of the drive that are a factor that are probably not. It's not tit for tat, mile for mile, but it's close. So for sure, it's probably maybe it's 40%, maybe it's 30%, right? Whatever, because there's the beginning and the end.
All right. Yeah, and the next
per mile. Okay.
Is there another one?
Yeah, location. Well, delivery. If you can deliver booze, how many people get pulled over drunk because they're drunk and they want more booze? I don't know. I don't know that number, but I feel like that's a number for sure. So like, hey, I'm drunk. I want to go get more booze. I'm out. I got to go to the store. So if you can get it delivered and all of a sudden that law is circumvented, that's a factor. Okay. Now the economic.
I would say this real quick on that one. Just 2 cents on that one. When you're drunk and want to go get booze, it might not matter if you can have it delivered.
Fair, and that's a factor.
And back to your first point, if more restaurants are having access to booze, more small establishments, I don't necessarily know that anybody's going to Signs for lunch to get super drunk. They might have a beer or something, or a whiskey or whatever, and then leave. So they're not necessarily going to be drunk when they leave.
One's going to have a drink at Signs, Nick.
Other establishments that can now serve,
like a drive-in.
I mean,
No one's having a drink at Signs Gorditas.
I don't. I mean, and with the
go to Sonic and get
it. With respect to Signs Gorditas on Solano in Las Cruces, New Mexico, I don't know what the numbers shape up to be.
Sponsored by Signs.
Yeah, I don't know
what
what
Signs Gorditas.
I don't know what
Mas Gordita.
Well, let's just keep an eye on this, and we'll see what happens.
We'll keep track. We'll keep track of this and my IRA.
No. Let me have the last word here.
One's gonna go like this, and the other one's gonna go like this. It's like, which one did well? The DWI did really well. It went up a bunch.
With respect to my argument, I don't know what's going on with Signs Gorditas on Solano in Las Cruces, New Mexico, and the numbers
or any other place that gets
no, Nick. I'm rebutting your argument because you were talking about Signs Gorditas in Las Cruces, New Mexico on Solano.
That in that, dude.
Yeah, you
get an under the table fucking deal with Signs to just talk about them the whole fucking show.
I love that place.
I love one Gordita a day.
I love that place.
He comes by. Hey guys, it's me. Here's your.
Would have been nice if you shared. Jeez.
Fuck.
Okay, and the last factor, my third factor is economic prosperity. So when we really look at what this has to do with the economy as a whole, happy people do less dumb shit. And so if we're going to grow the economy, we're going to do the things that are good. People making money off of selling booze and to their friends and it's closer to their house. There's all kinds of great things that come from that. And I think that there's definitely a non-negligible factor that the economy being better would reduce drunk driving. I really do. I think that with people being healthier, happier, and having opportunities in the alcohol market, places being by their house, and that goes back to location and delivery. I think that the prosperity factor is non-negligible, and that's why I would say half. I really do. I really think half.
Half is huge.
Half is so crazy. I literally think it's possible.
As Kevin Garnett once said,
three.
Get me out of fucking
3
Minnesota.
points there. We'll revisit that whenever this comes about in a year or so.
I mean, I don't know the specifics of the law that they're implementing, but I think it's like wholly possible that it's half. I really do.
But on the same topic, but not probably related to DWIs as well. Like, should we all buy a liquor license so we can get liquor at wholesale prices?
I think they're $10,000, and we think we're gonna recoup our. That makes sense. Yeah, actually, yeah.
I mean, over a lifetime, it does.
Give Matt a solid 6 months.
Cheers.
And then we could be on the list to get like the select ones, like the top ones.
No. Well, what I hope happens is, and I do think that Matt definitely has touched on something that needs to New Mexico in general, and that's why I can't say like just Las Cruces, but New Mexico in general. We're too big, we're too spread out, we're too fucking vast. There's no little community bars. There's no little place that you can go. Like E lives in one of the coolest places in town, and if I was like, hey, walk to a bar, and you're like, fuck you. Like you could have hypothetically walked, if the brew was still open, you could have walked to the brew.
Yeah.
Now, would it have been a jaunt? It'd have been a little bit of a jaunt.
But I could do it. Yeah.
But you told, like, if you were having drinks at the brew, and the same thing, like if you were having drinks at the Ramada and you're like, man, I'm fucking lit, I'm just gonna hoof it home. Yeah. You could totally do it. So I do see Matt's point, if that's kind of part of the argument, that you could have like a little local, but like, there's not a local bar. Like Matt can't just walk to a local bar from his house.
Yeah, well, he chose to live out there.
Exactly. Well, and but that's also very New Mexico, dude. That New Mexico, like I can't even walk somewhere to get food, sustenance, to find another human.
You're hunting the coyotes out there.
Found one right here.
I look like that little kid in Mad Max that would crawl out of the holes in the dirt and had the weird boomerang and the big hair, and he was like, ah. That's what I feel like out here.
I like that.
That's all he said. That's all that little dude said. I wonder what that dude's up to.
Yeah. No, there's definitely some factors in what Matt was talking about. So it'll be.
But unfortunately, I also think the problem with DWI in New Mexico is it's our fault. It's my fault. It's us. We are the ones that make the big decisions to do the dumb things. And it doesn't matter if there's a closer bar or not. It doesn't matter if they can bring liquor out here. It matters sometimes have become accustomed to not being responsible. That's what it boils down to.
You see him?
Mad.
Yeah, I see
Max.
His name's Emil.
It had to be.
His name was Robert.
It was Thunderdome, right?
Yeah, Emil Minty.
No shit.
Yep. He's now a 43-year-old married father of 2, working.
I'm 43. Oh my god, I'm as old as the dirt kid.
He's working in Sydney as a manager of a jewelry store.
Really?
Yeah.
What? Hold on. I'm going to
try to buy a Rolex off that kid.
Check that out.
Oh,
okay. Hold on. Screen share. Let's find this little motherfucker. Emil.
That's awesome.
Why is he not on this first row? Like, he needs to be up here. Full cast. Come on. You guys are better than this.
He had no lines.
Can I find his name? Emil
Minty.
Was it Thunder? It's not Thunderdome then.
Just search Mad Max little kid.
Oh.
I don't know if that's a great idea.
There he is.
I did Google though.
Oh yeah.
Emil Minty. Yeah. Oh, that's him.
Wow.
We caught up with the feral kid from the original Mad Max. Oh yeah, there he is. That's the thing you found.
Yeah.
Holy cow. That's a Neanderthal like person. That is a Neanderthal. Look
he had that little fucking boomerang.
Well, look at that dude. Totally look at the cleft in that dude's chin and like how wide his face is.
Hilarious.
Did he hit that guy?
He just oh man.
Huh. Holy fuck. All right. I apologize about that. That was crazy.
Mad Max.
Good times. All right. What do you
Feral kid.
Feral kid.
But so my buddy Jesse Mallet out in Dallas had a hysterical post today.
What do you say?
Did you see it by chance?
No.
It was let's see here. Here, I'm gonna bring this. I'll bring this up here. Let's share screen one more time. It was like tell me a story of why someone blocked you on here. And he goes,
Oh,
he
yeah.
got blocked by Hulk Hogan. And he goes, I asked him if I asked Hulk Hogan if he knew the difference between Hulk Hogan and paper, and followed the tweet up with The Rock beat Hulk Hogan.
Wow.
Nice.
I was like, dude, that's for sure genius.
That's great. Love it.
Well, I only got 3 likes and 1 retweet, which was me. I retweeted it.
That's crazy. That should have taken off.
No one really likes Jesse. That's the bigger problem.
Fair.
He hunts ducks and he's a Mississippi State guy.
Yep.
Ducks can't all be great. Oh, so that baseball draft was tonight, Nick.
Oh yeah?
But they canceled, they like dropped all the teams out.
Oh.
And it's like we're only doing 8. So we don't, and the dude, I was sitting there 30 seconds per pick.
Jesus.
I couldn't even find players. I was just like, I don't know, fucking pick everyone. It was horrible. It was hilarious.
Sounds like fun.
Just so much fun. It was garbage. What are you sipping on? Are those sandals, Matt?
Where's your Crocs at?
Oh, they're making me money in my closet. Just appreciating, you know. So my chanclas, these are my Walmart chanclas right here. Bam. They're actually like one of my favorite pair of things to wear. They're amazing. I've had a long time trying to figure out how to order more, and
they don't make them anymore.
I don't think they do. No.
That's rough. Maybe you can find them on eBay.
They're kind of like Crocs in the sense that they're just like foam mold poured sandals, and they're so comfortable. Like I don't know, I love them.
Nice.
Yeah. So there you go. And I think they were all of like $12 when I bought them. So there's that.
It's a good investment.
Hell yeah.
What are they called?
They literally just say "Made in the USA" on the bottom. and
that gets
sponsored by Made in the USA.
Did you guys?
And
in the USA,
and they say
what is your
non-marking?
What are your thoughts on the Majority Taylor Green fucking pull-ups?
That's not a real pull-up.
I don't know what that is.
CrossFit stuff. That's that CrossFit.
That is CrossFit.
Yeah, they do that.
Is that what? That's really they do that shit?
Yeah. They do weird shit like that.
What are we talking about?
There was a guy, the Majority Taylor Green pull-up.
Just like swinging her body back and forth and moving all over. And...
Who's Majority?
I sent it to this exact group earlier today.
She's a QAnon congresswoman.
Yeah, she's the QAnon girl.
Yeah, you should know who she is, Matt.
Yeah.
Dude,
it's like your jam.
You guys, you guys think I'm so plugged in, and I'm not.
Plaid shirt.
Well, you could be plugged in if you looked at your texts.
You could be plugged in if you have a plug for your car.
We tried to include you to make fun of her, and you get the one person didn't make fun of her.
How long ago was this?
Earlier today? I don't know.
Dude, I don't know.
I sent it to the one with Burke in it though. The one with Burke, the one that Burke's in too.
Oh shit. Okay. That was in the wrong one.
I think it was in like 2020.
It's definitely wait. What year is it? What are you sipping on, Nick?
I'm doing a Modelo Especial. It's made in Nava, Mexico. I don't know where Nava
Where is that? It like geographically.
Nava.
I didn't ask how to spell it.
I've never even heard of it. I've never heard of it.
Where is it? It's actually spelled
It's a city
Modelo.
of Mexico. Wow, it's tiny. It's in the eastern Mexican state of Coahuila.
When I type in Nava to the Google search, the second thing that comes up is Nava Narcos.
Nice.
So you're essentially supporting sex trafficking. Is what
it's actually saying. We could drive there in a day or so. It's north of Monterey, so it's relatively close to the Texas border. Dang.
All right, I'm in. You had me at hello.
It's like 30 minutes south of Del Rio, Texas.
Oh yeah, then that's right on the border.
Yeah.
That's probably super dangerous.
Yeah.
That seems like, because Del Rio is I went fishing with my dad in Del Rio, and we found like a fucking bar in the middle of the, like, because it's like a river that has little spots that turn into like lake-ish type areas.
Okay.
And we just ended up in a spot and walked over to someone's fucking bar in Mexico.
Nice.
It's really cool.
Yeah, so we don't want to get a Modelo Especial directly from the source, I don't think.
Not sponsored by Modelo Especial.
Not sponsored by Nava.
What are your 3 favorite Mexican beers, Nick?
I typically I'll go with Pacifico #1.
Agreed.
Pacifico, and then I'll probably go Tecate #2.
Okay, I'm in with that. Okay.
And then I don't know. I don't
really like Corona.
I don't like
I
Corona
really don't.
No, Corona kind of sucks. Yeah, I don't like
Corona. Kind of sucks.
Yeah. I'd probably go like Sol.
Wow.
Sol, but actually from Mexico, Sol. That tastes totally way better in my opinion. I think that I don't know why there's a difference, but
what is Pacifico
Tecate Sol.
What are your 3 favorite Mexican beers, Kel?
I'm a Pacifico is my favorite, but what I learned is that on the Pacifico bottle, there's Clara and Ballena. Like you'll see the 2, and Ballena indicates one. I feel like is one of the ones that ends up more in Mexico. And I don't know what the rule is, but Clara seems to come to America more.
Okay.
And Ballena,
nice.
Interesting.
It stays there. But
what's 2 and 3? What are 2 and 3?
I'm like, you have those places that have $2 Tecates. I'm perfectly fine with that. And then I think 3 for me. I think Tecate is solid too. And then, man, it's a little cliche, but I don't mind Dos Equis.
Yeah.
It's a good option for sure.
Sol, Tecate, Dos Equis.
Nice.
You, Matt?
Man, I think that that my fail safe is just Dos Equis #1. Just Dos Equis. I love Dos Equis. It's super great. It's one of my favorite beers actually. Probably Modelo Especial and then Tecate.
Nice. It's really hard with Mexican beers, other than like Corona, which has a really distinct taste.
I don't like Corona. In my younger days, I liked it a lot. Yeah.
I feel like we were kind of inclined to like it was like felt cool.
But it felt cool for sure. But my hang up with it was that it's inconsistent. Like I feel like my biggest hang up with Corona is I've had really good like man, this is a great Corona beer with some lime and some salt, but it's just inconsistent. And what's super crazy about it is knowing what I know about beer today is I think a lot of it has to do with the clear bottle. Because I think that the clear bottle makes it super suspect to how it's transported, how it's stored, all that kind of thing. I'm sure that the production process is pretty good, but I think that the hang up that I have with its inconsistency is a clear bottle. I don't know that for a fact, but that's my suspicion. Because every really, really good beer is not shipped in a clear bottle. Think of a beer you like. Is it shipped in a clear bottle? Fuck no. UV light fucks up beer. So when you
all liquids.
Yeah, exactly. So I think that that's one of Corona's biggest hangups. And unfortunately, that's how they market the thing. Is it like, here's a beer in a bottle. It's clear. What other beer?
High Life.
Yeah, and that beer sucks too.
Yeah.
That beer fucking sucks too. Yeah. No,
Couldn't give me that. You'd be like, hey, dude, I've got a truck full of it.
Yeah. Like,
give it to those needy kids in Mexico.
Yeah, I'm like Exhibit B, Miller High Life, because Corona's it's in a clear bottle. I mean, when they and I only know this.
I'm not sure I can name 5 beers that are in a clear bottle. A lot of you know what? Maybe some German shit is.
But there's no sun in Germany.
Like,
yeah, it's the Black Forest.
I'm being serious. Like they're like literally. We're talking about like our environment.
Let's talk about something in a clear bottle that's good. Eric, can you tell what I'm drinking?
I can't.
Wait till I
can't tell.
My money.
Yeah.
Tell us.
If you had to guess, what is it?
Colonel Taylor.
Stroke it.
No, it's not. It's the other one. It's the other one you got me. Well, you told me to go get.
Yes. Boom.
Oh, the Dickel. Yeah.
Eric gave Kelly the Dickel.
So,
Oh, that's an absolute good one.
Yeah, no. So this is George Dickel, bottled in bond. There's an interesting thing because I've never been aware of what like the bottled in bond means. And there's a description. It says bonded under law. The Bottle and Bond Act of 1897 is an old law, but it's an important one to know. To be considered, quote, bonded, the whiskey must be from a single distillation season and distillery. It must be aged for at least 4 years, and it must be unaltered from its original character, except using pure water to reduce proof to 100 degrees. I don't know what 100 degrees means, but I'm assuming proof.
Yeah.
This batch of George Dickel you're holding abides by this law. If you have any doubts, just give us a call. We'll vouch for it personally. I am going to call them and ask them, because you don't put it on the bottle and then not expect me not to call.
Anytime they use the word abides, you know they're serious.
For sure. Number 2, this second bottled in bond release comes from barrels maturing since fall 2008 with a taste that's bold and complex, kind of like the people that made it. So this shit was put in here in 2008.
Yep.
This is 12 plus years old.
Damn.
And that's like a $42 bottle, I think.
Yeah. I bought 2.
I thought you bought 3.
Because I got a Barvo. I gave a Barvo one.
Barvo one, yeah.
I gave a Barvo one. You owe me. He gave you money.
He did. I do owe you. I'll pay you in Bitcoin.
I'm fine.
Not Bitcoin.
Dogecoin. Transfer me Dogecoin. And then I traded one to my buddy Tyson Brown, sponsored by Foxworth Lumber. If you need some hardwood, Foxworth. But I traded him because he gave me he gave me a Pistol Pete bottle when I thought
have you talked to him about how he likes that?
I talked to him about that. He actually wants to start instead, that bourbon deal that we're on with the El Paso guys.
El Paso.
He's gonna start one with just us locally. Okay. And he's like, dude, I want to get us in. He's like, man, like I was like, dude, no, we'll make it work.
Yeah, absolutely.
But I've probably drank this much tonight, but it's crazy to think that this was bottled in 2008.
Yeah, $40 for
Tullahoma, Tennessee, 100 proof, Cascade Hollow Distillery. It's been breathing for a while, and what I noticed on it more than anything is it has a very, very like super smoky, earthy tone that almost fucking tastes like good barbecue. Like a burnt end. That's like it's not. It does. There's no bite. And don't get me wrong. Like this has been breathing, and then I've also let it set on this ice for a little bit. But there's not a hint of bite, but it is truly like, I feel like it's almost liquid smoke type depth to it.
I'm gonna have to I haven't had my bottle in a while. I'm gonna have to give it a shot.
Well, you know what? Another thing we should do occasionally is if we have similar bottles that have been breathing, we should like crack them open together and have a little comparison on here too. That'd be a fun thing.
Okay.
Yeah, when COVID's over, especially, it'd be fun to like all sit down and kind of pour a couple of things and yeah.
No, yeah, definitely have a little bourbon tasting and see if we rank them how we like them. See if we have similar.
Let's roll through the drinks and then let's talk about the Phoenix trip and then we'll wrap it up.
Sounds good.
E, what do you?
I got this bottle in Phoenix, Old Elk.
Elk, cool.
It's distilled in Indiana but bottled in Colorado.
Wow.
I got it mainly because I've heard good things about it, but it was also a store pick. So
cool.
Elk blood.
I was like, all right, well, let me give it a shot. And
how would you compare it to $8 Crown Black?
I didn't have any of the $8 Crown Black. Is there some left?
Sponsored by Spare Feet, Ryan Burkett, Crown Black. Once you go Crown Black, you never go back.
Is there some left?
Yeah, the whole bottle. Like I've got it just sitting there. Like, trust me, I'll take it. Next time we're over at Matt's for something, I'll bring the whole bottle. Like, I'm not going to drink any of it.
I haven't had Crown since like college, so. But that's what I'm drinking tonight. So, Kelly, you're drinking that. Matt, what are you drinking?
Well, no, hold on. Eat what from a taste standpoint?
Taste. It's it wasn't bad. Not a lot of bite. This particular pick was more sweet than some others that I've had.
Like Makers?
No, not that sweet. Like just the Makers. Right now, I have that. I ordered it just on the rocks the other day, and I was like, "Whoa, man, it's like a candy in my mouth."
It's almost like a bottled old fashioned.
Yeah.
Makers on the Rocks is a bottle.
Yeah, just put one of the old purple cherries in there on a cool toothpick. That's as good an old fashioned as. That's exactly how I want my old fashioned.
Right. Makers, bitters, and that.
Yeah, Makers, bitters, that's a fucking old fashioned.
We should try that.
That sounds good, actually. Now I'm like, no, not Makers. I don't know.
This is compared to that. This is like not even close. Like barely any sweetness, but you can taste it. There's some sweetness in there.
I'm rocking the old Buffalo Trace. Surprisingly, this bottle's been around for a little bit. It's because I've been away from home for a week. That helps. And it's as good as normal. I like it. I always like it. I think one of the things that I like so much about it is that it's smooth, and it's never. I don't know. It's just kind of right down the middle. It's just a fastball right down the middle. It's good. You always want it. It's not going to mess with you. It doesn't do anything weird. It's not even spicy. It like some of them, man, they really kick you in the face, and this one doesn't. And I don't think it's like the alcohol content's crazy. No, it's not. It's really not. It's 45% by volume, compared to Bottle and Bond and some of the 90 proof. Compared to a Bottle and Bond bottle, it's less than that. Compared to some of the fancier bourbons, it's way less than some of the really fancier bourbons that are in the 100+ category. And it's always pretty solid.
It truly is one of the most perfect everyday drinkers you could ever have. Yeah, and it doesn't rock your world, because there's plenty of other bourbons I have on the shelf that if I'm not going to drink like several like drinks. It's too much. This one's just kind of cool. I don't know. I've always liked Buffalo Trace. The only other one that I can think of is that kind of compares to this that I think is a little bit of a tit for tat is the Old Forester, the 84.
86.
86. Sorry, 86. Yeah, you're right. The Old Forester. Yeah. If someone asked me to describe Matt in 3 bottles of bourbon, I would say
I want to try and guess. I want to try and guess them.
Okay. Guess them.
Go guess them.
Buffalo Trace.
Yeah.
Yep.
Old Forester.
Yep.
Basil Hayden.
Old Granddad.
Oh man, Kelly's right. Kelly's right. Eric is right. You're right on the upscale side, and Kelly is right on the me being a cheap fucker. Yeah.
Budget friendly side.
Okay, perfect transition. The place, that super cool place that me and Eric had to run to a convenience store to get Benadryl from. The drinks that I was having there, they were made with Old Granddad.
Yeah.
I saw that. Yep.
Yeah, they were made with Old Granddad.
It's a popular
$9 goddamn drink in a $12 bottle of fucking bourbon. But you know what? It's
that's literally 75 cents of Old Granddad
for sure. Yeah. But yeah. So we just to let everyone know, it was the reason we didn't have a podcast last week was it was my birthday week, and we totally intended to.
And you're the biggest dick on your birthday buying epic non-birthday presents for other people on your birthday, by the way. You and your mom.
Well,
like that.
It was trust me, I had talked it over with everyone. Everyone was involved, and with you having your accident, we felt like that, you wanted to pull the trigger. And you haven't found the opportunity, and so all we did was just pull the trigger. That's it.
I know. I literally have been telling people that I'm gonna go at you for a second here, because I think that I just saw the Kelly soft underbelly a little bit, because I think you got a little freaked out and you were afraid to vocalize it, so you showed it. I literally think you got a little freaked out.
Oh yeah, no, I don't. No, trust me. When even just getting the phone call that morning was just like, I don't like it. And you're a guy that, aside from like your deep rooted right-wing Republican beliefs, just needs to occasionally reward himself, man. Just let it go and be like, you know what, man, like I deserve this. And I didn't, and of course I know it's not your dream watch.
No. You know what though, Kelly, I'm gonna take it a step back, because it's more than my dream watch. You have no idea how much more it is than my dream watch, because
I just wanted you to have one, because you're big.
It's better than it's better than the fucking dream. It's better than the dream watch I could ever buy myself, because to get your first Rolex from your business partner is 1,000 million quadrillion cooler points than just buying it on your own. When somebody else in your life says you deserve this, or this is something you should have, that to me, like, I'm gonna cry, like, thinking about it, dude, because like I was more excited about. I'm gonna cry. I'm gonna fucking cry, because like for somebody else to tell you that, hey, you fucking deserve this. This is something you need. Like, just because you made money doesn't mean you deserve that. Like, it doesn't mean like there's like, it's not like somebody saying, hey, or you telling yourself, oh, I have money, I'm gonna buy this thing or whatever. But like when because it's such, and it might just be the brand itself or just what they've done or whatever. But like, that's like what somebody gets when they retire. Like when the company says, hey, you're retiring, this is your thing. And for somebody that you work with to be like, yo, dude, this is yours, you deserve that. Like that's why when you fucking gave it to me, like, we were sitting down at dinner at your favorite place doing your shit, I was literally like trying to think of like what, like, I was trying to put the whole thing together in a lot of ways, because we were out of town, like we were going to your place, we've been there before, like we were having a good time, Nate showed up, like it was fun, like we were having fun, I was still trying to put shit together. And then when like you gave it to me in that Seiko box, I was like, I was mad at you for buying me a Seiko. When
I was hoping no, in my dream scenario, I was trying to be like in old school, when he's like, hey man, is this the bread maker that you got me for my wedding present? Like, what, the same model? No, man, like the same one. What? No. Dude, I love this bread maker. I was hoping to be like, that's the watch I gave you fucking 6 months ago.
Like, and you know what's funny is that
I was hoping you'd be like, are you giving me the watch that I gave you, like that matches?
For a split second, I thought that. For a split second, I was like, he's giving me the cool Seiko 5 dive watch that I gave you. That I was like, hey, here's a cool watch, right? And like, just for anybody listening, the watch I gave you was like a I don't know, like a $300, $400 watch. I don't even remember. It's a good watch though. I mean, like as far as an automatic, it's a killer watch. Unfortunately,
I don't wear watches, but it's sitting.
But it's a cool. It's a really cool automatic watch. It's not
for sure.
It's not a scrub. It is not a scrub automatic watch. And so when I saw the box of what you were giving me, I was like, dude, what the fuck? You're giving me a fucking nice watch? Fuck you, on your birthday. I just remember thinking that, like, you're giving me a Seiko on your birthday. And I thought, like, this is hey, I'm glad you're alive, Seiko. And I'm like, I'm into it, but like, also, fuck you. This is your birthday. We're at the place. And when I open it up, and I literally thought when I saw it, and I'm wearing it right now, but like, I literally thought that you were fucking pulling my chain with a fucking fakie. Like, I was like, okay, this is a fucking fake. And then you handle it for a minute and you go, oh, fuck. Oh, fuck. Like, you know, you start playing with it and you go, oh shit. Like, I don't think I've ever, and what's weird is I haven't handled Rolexes in my life. Like, I really haven't. Like, I think I've touched one before this one, and then holding it and like manipulating it. And I'm going, oh shit, this is real. Like it's weird how that just kind of clicks in your head, and it's wild. So long the story short, it's the craziest fucking thing. It's my favorite thing.
It was my pleasure. It just, like, I don't know, like I said, sometimes as part of the company, you're always very willing to just be like, you know what, like, take care of me when the time comes. And I just feel like occasionally, reward yourself, man. We're doing cool things, and I know you're a watch guy, and to be a part of that. And my mom, oh, dude, FYI, my mom is fucking text me 50 times trying to act like, hey, what is he? Okay, let him know
it's
that.
So sick. It's so sick. Yeah,
no.
yeah. Oh, and that's super dope that you have that hookup with that, and like to the watch guy point, like, what's awesome about what you did is, like, if you put this same amount of money in a savings account and said, hey, here's whatever that money is, you're not going to match what this is, right? Like, we just know that, like, it's like buying a Babe Ruth card or a fucking, you know what I mean? Or like a fucking,
there's a significant card. Percentage of being on the inside track on this.
Yeah, for sure. And it's understanding those types of things. And that's what I love about this podcast, is because we talk about all these types of things that are trying to appreciate, like, what's moving up. We've talked about NFTs. We've talked about, crypto, stocks, Rolexes, all this.
We haven't talked about NFTs much, but we're about to.
We're about to. Hopefully in the next few months, I really have a lot to say about this, because I feel like.
Let me tell you what I heard. What Mark Cuban is thinking about doing.
Love it.
So he's already selling Maverick tickets for Dogecoin.
Okay.
I don't know how he does that himself without like league approval but anyways. And then I also heard that he wants to make the ticket that gets you into the game an NFT.
Dope.
So you would have your own customized ticket but you could sell it too. Obviously.
Yeah.
So you could. That's how you would sell your.
If someone wants to buy it,
you could sell your NFT Dallas Mavericks basketball ticket.
So sick.
If anyone's interested,
it would cut down on ticket fraud.
For sure,
right?
No, for sure.
Absolutely.
Like, I mean, that's a big thing, right? Is like the how do you say that? Certifiability or whatever, or like.
So
how certifiable is an asset that's so.
If okay, what, like, here's that thing I told you guys.
I love how you said, "Hey, watch," and I'm like this.
Do people ever give you a hard time about?
This is what I told you about, Matt.
So we had something pretty amazing happen to us recently. artist Beeple came into the studio to teach us about NFTs and crypto art, because he, just before this interview, had sold some of his works for $3.5 million, which had blown his mind, blown our minds, and totally brought the world of crypto art and NFTs roaring to life in the public eye. Now, little did we know that since we recorded that interview, Beeple would go on to become the third most profitable living artist on this planet when he sold a collage of 5,000 of his everydays for $70 million. That's crypto art.
Crazy.
So what the heck is crypto art? What the heck are NFTs? Well, we had no idea, so he sat down with us to teach us, and you.
Dude,
so in this video, you're going to watch an almost unedited interview where we get the knowledge straight from the man himself about what the heck is going on in this world of digital art. Also, Beeple had some very colorful language, so I'm sorry about all the beeping. If you want to watch the video with all of his wonderful swear words intact, you can watch it on the website. All right, now on to the video.
Let's kick things off. So I think the very first thing that everyone's going to ask,
I just want you
what is crypto art?
Crypto art, think of it just as like proof of ownership of like a piece of artwork. The blockchain, the reason Bitcoins have value is because you can't copy a Bitcoin. You can't just take one Bitcoin and like, okay, I took one, now I've got two. Sweet, I just doubled my money. Like, that's not how Bitcoin works. So that's why Bitcoin has value. And so that's the same thing with this. You can prove that you own a piece of art, be it a JPEG, be it a MP4, be it a WAV file, whatever, and everybody else agrees. So one of the arguments is like, well, what if I just recorded the screen? You can do that, but nobody else is gonna agree that you own it. And because it's coming from you, the artist, it's like kind of like signing the piece when you sort of like mint the like token or whatever. So again, anybody else can mint anything, but it's like some random person is like, I own this picture. It'll be like, okay, no, Beeple owns that picture. Like, you know, if somebody tried to mint one of your, you know, Boston Dynamics videos or something like that, it'd be like, okay, well, clearly Corridor Digital owns the video. Like, what are you talking about? You don't own it.
So it's like the certificate of authenticity.
It's certificate of authenticity, and plus it's sort of like tied to the artist themselves.
So my question is, does the actual image itself get encoded into the blockchain?
Absolutely not, because when you encode something on the blockchain, it's very big. It takes up a lot of space and a lot of like gas to mint that, because that's what people are getting paid for, to like mine and stuff like that. So images take up a lot of space and would be like way too big to actually embed it in the blockchain. There are some people who embed very simple like vector images into the blockchain, and there's some interesting projects around that, but most of the stuff is actually on a decentralized file server called IPFS, and it's stored there and just referenced from the blockchain.
In Bitcoin, you know, you have people who are mining, and if I'm not mistaken, a miner with like cryptocurrency is basically somebody that's just letting their computer update the blockchain, process the blockchain.
Verify transactions on the blockchain, correct.
So how does mining work with crypto art? Because you can generate Bitcoins from your mining, but you don't just necessarily generate art ownership.
Yep, so you don't really mine with this stuff, you mint tokens.
Oh, sorry. I don't have a paid subscription, so.
And it's basically you're saying like, I want to add this token to the blockchain, and it's usually done through a platform. You just upload the picture, like the ones that let you just mint whenever you want, like super rare. You just like fill out a little form, you just say, I want to add some artwork to the blockchain. It takes a little bit of actual money. It's called gas fees to actually mint it, and it'll take a couple minutes, and then it's like, boom, it's on the blockchain. And now it's like officially on the like blockchain for like everybody. So it's kind of like it's kind of interesting that there's a lot more like sort of like finality to it, that it's like no matter where, like everybody.
That you just watch that. It's fucking phenomenal. We'll post a link of this in the description when everyone hits like, hit share, hit fucking subscribe. I'm telling you. Oh, man, we're this fucking close.
A certifiable, like when it really boils down to anything, like think of the thing that you own. And I'm looking in the room that I'm in now, and I'm looking at a Fender Telecaster, and there's a lot of guitars that sound a lot like a Fender Telecaster, right? Like there's a lot of guitars that you can have built that'll cost more, that'll cost less, that'll sound like a Fender Telecaster. And if it's on a recording, it's going to be tough to tell, is that an actual Fender Telecaster or is that the EMG or whatever?
I'm about to prove your point, Matt.
Yeah. Right. Yeah, there you go. Bingo. Right. Those Super Bowl rings, right? They look great.
These are authentic.
Those are real.
Made from trolls and dwarves.
Right.
In the howls of Valhalla
and what's
Lord of the Rings.
And so
here's the thing. We're going to have a whole entire podcast about this. So I want to do one thing. I want to just say, because we're hitting the 2-hour mark and it's time to wrap it up.
Okay.
That's too long for even what we're supposed to do. But I had an unbelievably fucking aside from having to download an app and figure out how to get into a hockey game, I had an absolute unbelievably good time for my birthday weekend in Phoenix. Eric, how was your first hockey game real quick? Just
that's my second.
Second. Sorry.
Yeah,
second. It was Jess's and Ashley's first. The girls.
Yes.
So I'm sorry, man. I love hockey. And that game couldn't have been any better. They scored a ton of goals.
Super fun. Yeah.
But it reminded me of when last time me and Nick were in. I keep thinking you're just putting a bottle up to your mouth, E, and just drinking from the. I was like, God dang, man, this dude is
water.
This podcast. One of my favorite stories of all time is me and Nick being high as fuck at Bar Louie
on beer,
where Matt left his debit card and lost it, and the fight of the century strolling through while we were having Nashville hot chicken sandwiches.
The chicken sandwiches weren't very good, but
they were very average at best, like a solid 3 on a scale of 1 to 10. But the fight was a 9
easily. If we could have created a video and then made that video into an NFT, we'd be billionaires.
For sure, but no, I couldn't have had it. The Airbnb was phenomenal. They gave us a good rating. They didn't even give us a hard time for anything. I even texted them and was like, hey man, I'm so sorry I didn't pick up my dog's poop in the backyard. It's on you guys. And I still got a 5-star rating. I am a fucking Airbnb.
That's what they meant when they meant, they left it like just how they live. I mean, you leave poop in the backyard all the time. So.
Poop back there. Super good pool. Matt wants to start a pool company just by sitting in that pool.
All for it. We had some good conversation out there.
It was so fun. It was good. The only thing that sucked was Nick couldn't be there.
Yeah.
Next time.
Next year for 100%.
Yeah. Yeah. You'll be out. Yeah. We'll get a bigger house with a bigger pool. And then we'll actually go to a spring training baseball game. Well, hey, guys, we'll stay on and chat about some other stuff, but we'll sign off right now. So lead us out.
This is E.
I'm Kelly.
Matt.
I'm Nick. Like us, share us, do something with us. Later.
Peace.